It is now time to focus on our sophomores and juniors in the application and scholarship process, especially under this unique situation. I know there are a lot of questions and perhaps some unknowns, and I want to be helpful in any way possible to help fill in the blanks on what King's College can do to meet your needs. First, we have applying to King's College. We have two different types of applications that will be available on August 1st. So the good news is that you can always hop on the Common App or the King's College website to access these applications on August 1st. That is one thing that will not change under this situation. And so we do not prefer one application over the other. If you like the King's College exclusive application, it is a little bit shorter to complete than the common application. It does not require an essay, but we do prefer the college essay for various reasons, and we will go into that in a little while. The common application is compatible with most colleges and universities and also requires the college essay. If I may suggest, in asking seniors this year, what was your biggest barrier in completing the application in a timely manner, they did say it was the college essay, meaning that they should have started it much earlier. You can begin your college essay writing process at this very moment. The prompts are available from the Common App. If you go on thecommonapp.org, you can view them. Begin writing your college essay, and then this way when August 1st comes, you can pop that essay in and complete your Common App. Even if the other pieces to your application, whether you use the King's App or the Common App, are not complete, meaning that you need to take an SAT or ACT in the fall, it's still important to get your application done and submitted to all of your respected schools in an early fashion. It shows wonderful interest and allows communication to begin much sooner. We do read applications electronically, so as soon as your application is even started, we will begin to communicate with you via email, which is very nice. This way you have a partner in all of this. Each application, whether it's the King's application or the Common App application, has an option for deadlines in which the application is due. For King's College, it happens to be that early action and early decision are due December 1st. Rolling admission has a little bit more flexibility and is due in February. This will be very helpful to you in that you do have to take SAT and ACTs in the fall versus the summer like you plan, so you have a little bit more leeway here, especially with that rolling admission option. Please allow me to explain your application options. Each of these early action, early decision, and rolling admission is basically a check mark on the application. You have to pick one out of three. Not every school has early decision. Not every school has early action. We happen to have all three. Early action is non-binding, and it allows your application to be a priority. So as soon as we receive an early action application, we read it before a rolling admission application. So it can help you out in that you want your answer sooner than later as far as an admission decision and scholarship goes. You are not obligated to come to King's under the early action plan. You simply will have a decision made for you sooner. Early decision does obligate you to come to King's if you choose that. So if you are accepted under the early decision plan, you will enroll at King's College. It is a binding contract. You only get one early decision school. The reason why you would choose early decision would be to be more competitive amongst a seat-bearing program such as physician assistant, nursing, athletic training, maybe engineering as well. So you could be considered first for these competitive programs. We will read an early decision application above all applications. So above early action and above rolling. It's a very important application in that regard that we need to get your decision out sooner than later. Rolling admission, it does have that February deadline, which will allow you then to take that SAT and ACT and give you a nice window to be able to share those scores with us, or maybe even go back for a second test. And we do not see one or the other as a reflection of anything other than you need more time. We do not bear our decision on the fact that you choose one over the other. It's simply priority and how we read the application. If you do have any questions about it, you can always refer to your admission counselor at Meet Your Admission Counselor link on our page for this open house. What goes into a decision? So much has happened in your sophomore and junior years. We want you to know, with whatever your school district decided as far as your grades go, we will see that in your best light and your best interest. So please do not worry about how we perceive it. We will be using it to the best light towards your admission and scholarship decisions. We want you to continue to think about the strength of your schedule, meaning, especially if you're going into sciences or business, we want you to continue to select classes that challenge you. Even if you're thinking about law school or studying English or education, we want you to still consider dual enrollment, AP level courses, anything that challenges you. For our rising seniors, meaning our current juniors right now, especially if you're interested in physician assistant, nursing, and engineering, we need to see a competitive schedule in your senior year. We need to see sciences for sure. We would like to see some competitive math courses, all of those good things. We are a test optional school, meaning if for whatever reason, the SAT or the ACTs are not the best reflection of what you've done in high school, we want to be able to omit them. We cannot omit them if you're interested in physician assistant, nursing, and engineering, but this will also give you a wonderful opportunity to receive admission and scholarship without the SAT or ACTs. We still recommend students to try taking them because the higher you get on the SAT or ACTs, you might be open for more scholarship opportunities. Some of our competitive scholarships, such as full tuition scholarship and things of that nature. However, if you feel that the SAT or the ACT was not the best reflection of the work that you've been doing in high school, we can omit it for most majors and programs. Our average GPA is about a 3.4 for our applicants and about an 1140 on the SAT, about a 22 ACT composite score, just to give you a ballpark. And those are averages. So we do have students coming in with higher GPAs. We have students coming in with a little bit lower than the average, but it's an average. It's a benchmark. It does not mean that you have to perform at that specific SAT score. It just gives you an idea of what the King's College applicant pool is like. The qualitative review involves the college essay. We do recommend the college essay because we are able to read each and every one and get to know you on a personal level. Also, it allows us to see your writing style and how serious you are about the next chapter, which is higher education for you. Letters of recommendation. We like to see 1 to 3 letters of recommendation. Does not have to be just from a teacher. It could be from a coach, a community leader, perhaps your manager at work. You could send them to us directly, but most of the time it does come from your school counselor. Your school counselor is permitted to send your materials through Naviance, so it, reaches the Common App, or they could even email us some missing pieces if they wanted to, depending on where your school is technology-wise. Admissions at kings.edu is a wonderful place to email transcripts, letters of recommendation, and standardized test scores. if you would like, this is a great time for us to be able to take your PSAT scores. We can add them into the profile that we've already created for you based on the fact that you're registered for this event, and we could save it for you. So we have it in making our admission decision. We will use that to be able to decipher the best scholarship opportunities as well as any other credentials you present to us. But it's a nice way for you to be able to show us your best foot forward. And knowing that you still have more math courses to take and more English courses to be able to build upon that skill set, it still allows us to see some of your potential and where you're headed for your senior year. Extracurricular involvement. It is time to brag about yourself, isn't it? And I know it's not necessarily something that we're used to doing. We tend to be humble, but especially with everything that has happened, it really is time to be able to shine and show the things that you love to do and things that you're good at. And it doesn't mean that you won't necessarily change your interest in college or, try new things, but it really is important for us to get to know you as much as possible. And even the little things, some family involvement and work, all of those things are important. Anything that occupies your time. Admission review. We have numerous people read your application as far as the review process goes, your admission counselor, and then the review committee for admission and scholarship. So there are a lot of people in your corner to advocate for you. Again, we always recommend you reaching out to your admission counselor at Meet Your Counselor because we want you to be able to have these individualized conversations. We realize not everybody's journey is going to be the same by any means, and we really want to adhere to you personally. Please allow us to do that for you, whether it be via email or by phone. We are available all summer for you. Upon acceptance to King's College, your admission letter will be emailed to you. And like I said, as soon as you begin your application, we're going to begin communicating. And even now that you're registered for this event, we'll begin to send you some visits and important facts about King's. But especially once the application process starts, we're able to be in communication. Your admission letter will be emailed to you as soon as we have a decision made. And on your acceptance letter comes a scholarship. You're automatically considered for it. It's a merit-based scholarship, meaning that we use all the things you've accomplished in high school and perhaps your college board scores, your SAT or your ACTs to be able to determine which scholarship you fall into. And GPA does weigh quite a bit into the formula, so it will be nice for us to see your most competitive side. And like I said, if your school did go to a pass-fail or any other type of approach, we will be considering that into the formula as well. But in any way that it holds you in a good regard. We only want you to have the best chance for admission, not the other way around. So if perhaps it doesn't show you in the best light, we want to be able to turn around and make sure that we're taking the best of what you're doing, especially knowing that originally everything was on a grade basis or a number basis. So we want to make sure we're always looking for the best opportunity to show you in the best light for these merit-based scholarships in the formula. But like I said, GPA does have a lot of weight in these. The King's College experience, it's going to be such a pleasure once we are able to meet face-to-face, to have you join and experience what we experience every day on campus. One of the biggest things that we do is the overnight program. And I know it might be out of your comfort zone at first, but the overnight program is a wonderful opportunity to be able to really see what it's like in the day of a student. And even if you're deciding on commuting, I still recommend the overnight program just because you get the best concept of student life in general. And then what you do then to make your decision from then on, you can make it with a lot of confidence is our biggest hope, and find your best place of happiness for higher education. We also have the opportunity for you to shadow classes in that time. If you would like any type of special experience right now, we're hoping to offer you anything that we possibly can. If it's speaking with a professor, maybe hopping into a Zoom course that's currently happening at King's, just let us know. Let your admission counselor know, and we can hopefully arrange for you to be able to shadow and definitely speak with a professor. That we can always do. So I'm hoping that we can be a positive part of this and all the changes and adapt as much as possible. And again, give you the best opportunities for admission and scholarship. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of this with you today and share a little bit, hopefully, of positive light and relief, and looking forward to the next chapter. We certainly are, and we can't wait to meet you. Have a wonderful day with the rest of the program, and we look forward to being in touch.